Aloha everyone, my name is Deepa. Welcome to What's for Yoga. Today we will be stretching the hamstrings, mostly focusing on floor asanas. But in order to be able to get effectively into the hamstrings, it's important that your body is thoroughly warmed up. Also important to activate your quadriceps effectively so that we can thoroughly stretch the back of the legs. Another helpful tip is to start with some standing hamstring stretches first. So our class will encompass all of that today. So with today's class, it would be helpful if you have a blanket, a block, and a strap. And I know that for some of you, maybe you're traveling and you don't have all your props. I think if you at least have a pillow or a blanket to sit on, that would probably help the most with our hamstring stretches today. So let's get started. We're going to start standing. So go ahead and come into your traditional Tadasana pose. And this has ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, and ears all stacked in one line. And if it helps, you can visualize that you're standing against the wall with the back of the head and the glutes and the calves touching the wall. Go ahead and close your eyes, starting to breathe consciously. In yoga, we always breathe in and out the nose. This helps to conserve energy. So you're just starting to slow your breathing down. Begin to pull your focus inside toward your navel chakra. This is right below the belly button. And feel grounded through your feet against the mat. You have a grounding connection of the bottoms of the feet against the mat, so you feel pressure down through the feet, and then a lift and an opening up at the top of the head, the crown chakra. Begin to listen to your breathing as it deepens. Let's begin to go into what we call the deep abdominal breath. This is for centering and grounding. So as I said before, bring your attention here below the belly button to the navel chakra. The pathway of the breath is slow, deep breath in through the nose. Draw the breath through the third eye, down past the throat and heart, and deep into the low belly, the hips, and the low back. Really opening at the base of the spine like you're filling a balloon. And then a slow exhale out your nose, just like you're pushing the air gently out of the balloon. So I'll take you through that again. Slow inhale through the nose, draw the breath through the third eye, down past the throat and heart, deep into the belly, opening through the front and the back so the sacrum can open. And then leave your attention at the navel chakra as the exhale comes out the nose. On that exhale, when we leave our focus on the navel chakra, it helps to keep our energy grounded. This is different than following the breath out of the body, bringing the energy back up to the chest again. So maintain that. You can think of this as an anchor point. The navel chakra is your anchor point. Okay, one more time I'll take you through it and you can try it on your own. Inhale through the nose, draw the breath through the third eye, down past the throat and heart, deep into the belly, expanding all around. Leave your attention on the navel chakra as you exhale slowly out the nose. Experiment with that on your own, allowing the breath to work for you, letting go of that doership a little bit in the mind. Let's complete one more breath. And begin to gently open your eyes, keeping most of your energy and focus inside on the breath. So the eyes are just open enough to help keep you balanced as you move. The breath is audible in and out the nose as you do your asanas. We'll start by reaching down through the fingertips. Press your shoulders down as you pull your belly button toward your spine. Inhale as your heart lifts toward the sun. And then exhale as you drop your chin to your chest and slowly begin to round down through your spine. Bend your knees. Let your head lead the way, so let the weight of the head draw your spine down toward the earth. You're coming all the way toward the floor here as you rest your chest on your thighs. Inhale, push the floor away, sending your weight down through your feet. As you begin to lengthen your spine, you begin to lengthen the knees. Stack your vertebrae using the abdominal muscles. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling, reach down through the fingertips and up through the heart. And then exhaling, chin to chest. This should feel like a massage. You're moving free of tension here and allowing gravity to do all the work as you let your arms and your head hang naturally. Chest starts to rest on the thighs, back opens. And then inhale back up as you press down through the feet, using your abdominal muscles to stack the vertebrae. And just come back into a regular Tadasana position. From here, open your feet parallel and a little wider than your shoulders. Let's move the spine now a little deeper by going into the cat-cow pose from a standing position. So place your hands on your thighs with your fingers in toward the center of the legs. Using your abdominal muscles, inhale and arch your back as you look up toward the sun again, lifting your chin away from your sternum. And then exhale as you do a big scoop and curl the spine, top of the head toward the tailbone as you lift away from the thighs a little bit. 2 more times. Inhale, dive through, arch the back into the cow. Make sure you can hear your breathing. Exhale, curl the spine and release. Chin to chest, top of the head toward the tailbone. 1 more time. Already starting to get the abdominal muscles warm by using them in every asana. Inhale into a flat back. Keep the abs strong by always drawing the belly button toward your spine. Now we'll do something called wag the tail or wag your tail. Just like a dog, you're going to keep your spine nice and long with the crown in line with the tailbone. So we'll inhale here, and as you exhale, you're going to wag your tail to the left along with the crown of the head. So you're making a C shape with the spine to the left. Inhale back to center and try it on the other side. Exhale, curl your tailbone to the right as your crown also turns to the right. Inhale up to center, flat back. Exhale to the left. So my face is still forward. Inhale back to center. Last one. Exhale to the right. You might get a back adjustment out of that. This one always feels good. Inhale back to the center, and then go ahead and roll up through your back. Now we're going to start to move a little more through the body. This is more of a vinyasa warm-up. So go ahead and start by bringing the hands to the heart in prayer position. This is called Brahma Dandasana. Also done with the feet in the same position, a little wider than the shoulders. You can start by bending your knees, and you want your knees to track right over the big toe and second toe. So if you're too wide, make sure you pull it in a little bit. You want to feel grounded and you want to feel stable. The pelvis, you've got your pubic bone in line with the tailbone. That means you're not sticking your glutes out from behind you trying to find the seat of your chair. And you're not over tucking, sending your tailbone out in front of you. It's nice, neutral, and balanced, okay? So this is really important that every time we come back to this position, we feel neutral here. Hands at the heart, Deep knee bend. Inhale, straighten the legs, look up, open the arms to T. Exhale, halfway down. Activate your abdominal muscles. Bend your knees here to soften the tension through the back. Inhale your biceps up by your ears without lifting your shoulders. Exhale, full release. Spine goes all the way down between the feet. Now drop your tailbone down between your heels and press your knees apart with the elbows and the hands at the heart. This feels so good, but we're going to keep moving to get this flow to warm up the body. So pour the spine out through the crown of the head again. Lift the tail up. And this is beginning to inhale here. Unwind. Reverse swan dive the arms back to that neutral pelvis as you exhale the hands to the heart. Inhale, straighten the legs, lift the arms, open the arms. Exhale, halfway down, strong belly. Inhale your arms up by your ears, and then exhale, full release of the spine. Dropping my torso right between the legs, preparing for praying mantis as I drop my tail down between the heels, push the knees apart, and bring the hands to the heart in prayer position. Good. Exhale, release the spine through the crown, tail up. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Abs work to stack the vertebrae. Hands all the way up, and then exhale back to start. Hands come to the heart, knees bend over the toes. Inhale up, open the arms. Exhale, halfway down, strong belly. Bend the knees. Inhale your arms up by your ears, long neck. Exhale, full release of the spine. Drop your tail between your heels and push the knees apart. Good, we're going to do that one more time. Pour the spine out through the crown, unwind, reverse swan dive the arms. Inhale all the way up. Exhale the hands to the heart. Last one. Inhale, rise up, open the arms. Exhale, halfway down, hinging at your hips. Make sure you don't lift your shoulders as you draw your arms up by your ears on the inhale. Exhale, full release here. Drop your tailbone between your heels. Push your knees apart. Take a breath. Feel that nice stretch opening the hips and the low back. Now again, pour the spine out through the crown. This time, interlace your hands behind your back and draw your hands up gently toward the back of the head. Try to completely release your neck by drawing your chin in slightly toward your chest. And just move the shoulders side to side here. Just working your way in slowly into that shoulder muscle. The head drops completely so the neck is stretching and lengthening. Draw your hands up toward the back of the head just a little more as you take a nice deep breath in. And then exhale. Allow your hands to pull your spine up, uncurling, slowly stacking the vertebrae. And then the interlaced hands drop down below the tailbone, belly button to spine. Just an opening here in the upper body, nice upper back bend. And then exhale, head comes on top of the spine once again. Release the arms and step your ankles right under your shoulders this time. So now we will stick the glutes out behind us in the chair pose, Utkatasana chair pose. So this is the part of the class where we're really going to get the quadriceps effectively warm so that we can effectively stretch the back of the legs. Okay, so from here, before we begin the next set, let's take a breath. Re-ground through the feet. Nice easy breath into the heart. Make sure you can hear your breathing. And then lift your toes gently. As you inhale your arms up by your ears, keep your shoulders down. And then exhale, go ahead and bring your arms out into what we call the cactus as you sit back into the chair pose. So I'm leaning on my heels here, my toes are up. And that's just to check myself. You don't have to lift the toes. But make sure you're not gripping and sending your weight forward. And then in the arms, my elbows are in line with my shoulders and my shoulders are down. Nice strong through the abdomen here. And the tail is out behind you this time. You should already be warming up in your quadriceps. Don't worry, we won't be here for too long. Let's take a couple breaths though and try to bring our focus inside. So lower your eyes to the floor. Strong through the belly. Nice deep breaths through the nose. Inhale, straighten your legs, lengthen your arms, and then exhale your arms down. Good job. We have one more set to warm up the quadriceps, and we will be doing a balance. So if you feel a little wobbly when you balance on one leg, you may want to place one of your hands against the wall. I have a bookshelf here I can use as support. That's fine too. Anything, a tabletop, something that is the height you need it to be. We will also be going into another chair sort of position, balancing in figure 4 stretch. Okay, so let's start by bringing our ankles under our shoulders, balancing on the feet, lifting up through the crown. Draw your belly button to your spine. This will be your inner focal point. I find if I release this, I tend to go off balance. It's your point of center and point of strength in the center of your body that will help keep you balanced. So it's really important to keep that engaged. Inhale. And as you exhale, go ahead and sit back in chair pose. You can have your hands on your hips if that helps you. You can also begin to place your right hand against the wall. Okay, so we'll start with balancing on the right leg. Go ahead and shift over to that leg by preparing the left foot. Come onto the ball of the foot. Take the left ankle and cross it over the right thigh. Bend deeper. It will be easier on your body if you squat a little deeper. Easier to balance. And then bring the hands to the heart if you can. You're welcome to have one hand at the heart, one hand against the wall or table or couch, whatever you find that will support you without moving. Okay, the other option, and I like to do this one too because it helps deepen the stretch, you gently press your thigh open, not the knee, but place the hand on the thigh, just helping it to turn out. Keeping your shoulders down, abs are strong, and then you're focusing on the floor as the right quadricep warms and the left rotators open gently. Let's breathe. Inhale, straighten both legs, extend the top leg. Good, and rotate the ankle, both directions a couple times. Good, you got through it. Okay, let's pause and breathe in Tadasana. Always re-grounding and finding your way back to your heart chakra every time you come into Tadasana. Now, if you had assistance balancing, make sure you've got something else on the other side to help you as well. So go ahead and squat into the chair pose. Get ready by shifting your weight now to the left side. Remember, belly button to spine, this is always active. Pulls in to protect your back and to help you balance. If you need support, place your left hand out on the couch, table, or wall, whatever you've found to help you, maybe a partner. And then bring your right ankle this time over the left thigh, squat a little deeper. So you can try hands at the heart. You can even do the cactus arms. Whatever feels good for your body here. It's really up to you. Turning that leg out if you like. Most importantly, keep your belly button drawn in toward your spine and focus your eyes gently on the floor ahead of you, about 4 or 5 feet, wherever they fall naturally. Keep lifting out and up through the crown as you spiral down through that standing leg to help you balance. Inhale, extend the bottom leg and the right leg lengthens out as you rotate your ankle a couple times in both directions. Nice, easy breath. Good. Let's stand for a moment in Tadasana. Reground through the feet. Breathe into the heart. For this next asana, we'll do a standing hamstring stretch. It is helpful to have a block, especially if you're feeling tight. Another thing that will work is the seat of a chair. So you can go ahead and get your chair or your prop that you need now. and place it. So I'm going to stand now with the length of my mat. So if I'm using a block, I'll place it in front of my right leg first. If you're using the seat of a chair, just have it right in front of your feet so that once you come into the asana, you can place your hand on it. Make sure it feels strong so that it doesn't shift away from you as you stretch. Take a breath here. We'll inhale, and as we inhale, we'll take the right leg back and align the feet heel to heel. So if you look at this line on my mat, you can see that my front heel lines up with my back heel. Going into Parshvottanasana, this is a single-legged forward bend, so we're going to keep the legs straight if possible. So really press down through that back heel. Again, we're engaging and lifting through the thighs so that the back of the legs can stretch effectively. Interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale into the heart. Exhale, activate belly button to spine as you hinge at your hips. Lift your thighs, releasing your back heel down into the mat. With a strong flat back, you're welcome to stay here. If you want to go further, you can bring your hands onto the thigh of the front leg. To go deeper, you would use your block on the inside of the right foot. Any height of the block that feels good for you. Obviously, if it's low, it's going to be a lot deeper. So this is also where you can place your hand on the seat of your chair. You are trying to square the right hip down to the floor. So you're taking out of this open position and squaring it toward your mat. It's as if you had a glass of water here on your sacrum, keeping it stable. So let's take a couple breaths here as you lift the front thigh and lengthen the spine out the crown. Nice and even, in and out the nose. Let those exhales melt tension away from the back of the leg. Shoulders are down. Now place your hands on your hips, and with a strong belly, inhale a flat back up to standing. And then go ahead and step together. Place your block in front of the left foot now to prepare for the other side. Before we do that, stand in Tadasana and breathe. Inhale now your left foot back. And I line my heels, that heel to heel alignment. And the back foot turns out slightly for balance. So squaring the hips, right hip pulls back, left hip forward. They're in the same plane here. Lift the thighs, interlace the hands, and release your back heel down as you inhale. Open the heart. Exhale, allow your arms to come up behind you to guide your spine down in a forward fold. Keep lifting the front thigh and activating belly button to spine. You're welcome now to move your hands to the thigh, the shin, the chair, or the block. Try to square your left hip down toward the floor. Trying to keep your legs straight. Let's breathe. Inhaling up through the bottoms of the feet. Exhaling, lengthening through the spine. Feeling tension melt away from the back of your legs. Place your hands on your hips, keeping your back heel down and a strong belly to support your back. Inhale all the way up. Let's open the back at the top and then slowly bend the front knee so that you can step together into Tadasana. Stand here and breathe. Releasing your feet down and the crown up. Let's start to make our way toward the floor. So go ahead and inhale here. Exhale, draw your chin toward your chest and roll down through your spine. Bend your knees to relax your low back. You're welcome to move your chair or prop out of the way as you step back into downward facing dog. Your feet, your ankles are in line with your shoulders, so shoulder width apart. The wrists are in line with your shoulders as well, so really press down through your first finger and thumb. And you can start by walking out the feet or pedaling the feet. Keep lifting belly button to spine and maintain that nice deep breath. Let's come high onto the balls of the feet, bend the knees, and really push the floor away by pressing down through the first finger and thumb. Pull your shoulder blades away from your ears, in towards your spine, back towards your hips, and breathe. Now inhale, lengthen your knees long, activating the thighs, and exhale your heels slowly down toward the earth. Don't worry if they don't touch. Just always feeling that stretch between the heel reaching down and the sit bone reaching up. Fill in that space with your breath. One more inhale. And on your next exhale, bring your knees to the mat and your hips to your heels in Bhaktasana, forehead to the floor. Relax your elbows down onto the mat. Inhale, unroll your spine and come up to a seated position on the floor. This is where having a strap and a blanket or pillow will really help you with your hamstring stretches, especially if your hamstrings or your low back feels tight. So a lot of times too, I have people stack 2 blankets on top of each other to give their hips and their low back even more of an advantage. For today, I'll demonstrate with 1 blanket under my seat, and we'll start with both legs straight out in front of us, and I have my strap ready. If you're feeling very open through the hamstrings, you won't need your strap. You can just reach for your foot. This is Janu Shirsasana. So we'll take the right leg, bend the knee, and pull the foot up to the inside of the thigh. Another nice option is if your block is nearby or a pillow, you can place that under the bent knee for support if it's hard for you to get it to the floor. I flex the left foot, prepare my strap, just by getting it ready. Inhale your arms up by your ears, activate your abs, keep your left foot flexed, and lifting up out of the low back, lengthen up through the spine. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Don't go into a curled spinal flexion. This is a nice flat back. I'm working with the hamstring and calve muscles here. As I pull the strap up around the ball of the foot, gently pulling the toes toward the shin. You can use your hand for this part. If you're using your strap, wind your hands into the strap for a little bit of leverage and gently pull the ball of the foot toward your heart as your crown reaches up. Let's breathe here nice and deep through the nose. Every time you exhale, feeling like that's a massage and a release for the back of your leg. Slow, deep breaths here, really important. Try to get the body to relax and let go so that you can get into those muscles. One more big deep breath here. Release your strap, release your hands from your foot. Inhale your arms up by your ears as you draw your torso up, and exhale your arms down. Take your bent right leg, place the foot on the opposite side of your left leg for a twist to release the spine after that. I like to hug the knee in toward the sternum. It starts to get into the piriformis, deep in the glutes here, in your rotators. And it feels so good. So you're not only getting a spinal twist, you're getting a piriformis stretch. So you get 2 in 1 here. Activate your abs and hug them in toward your spine to protect your back while you twist, and keep your left foot flexed. You want to keep the energy moving through the leg there actively. You don't want to have a floppy foot. So nice active leg, strong belly, strong spine. Reach your right arm forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine as your arm comes up, and exhale into Ardha Matsyendrasana, placing the palm of the hand onto the mat or blanket with the heel of your hand near your sacrum. Exhale and twist. Let's breathe here. Keep hugging your knee up toward your heart and lengthening up through the spine, taking any curl, especially as you get into the upper back, taking any curl out of the spine there. Inhale, your right arm comes up to untwist your spine. Back and forward, exhale. Release, and we'll switch sides. Janu Shirsasana on the left side. Your strap is already down there, getting prepared. The left foot, bottom of the foot to the inside of the right thigh this time. Belly button to spine. Flex the right foot, pulling your toes toward your shin to prepare. Strong belly. Inhale, the arms up by the ears, lengthening up out of the low back. Hinge at your hips. Try not to round through your back. It doesn't matter if your chest is touching your leg here. You're just getting that nice stretch through your hamstring regardless. Having the strap around the ball of the foot or the hands around the ball of the foot. And if you're using the strap, wind your hands into the strap once for leverage. Gently pull the toes toward the shin. Keep your abs active and bring your focus to your breath. Nice, slow, deep breathing here. Make sure you can listen for the breath, hear the breath. You can even close your eyes. Sometimes when I feel a little extra tight in the back when I'm doing these hamstring stretches, I'll just rock side to side and let my spine respond to that rocking. And the spine begins to move like a snake. And it really relaxes the back, and I find that I can hinge even a little deeper in the hips. So if you'd like to try that, just moving gently, breathing fully. We'll try that one more time. Just rocking side to side. You're almost tricking your muscles by moving a little bit, sneaking up on them into the stretch. Now on your next inhale, release your strap and your hands up. Inhaling. Exhale your arms down. We'll add the twist, Ardha Matsyendrasana. Take the left foot, place it down on the mat on the other side of the right leg, and hug your knee toward your heart, lifting the foot off the mat just a little bit. Knee in toward the heart, right foot flexed, spine long on top of the sit bones. Left hand reaches forward with a straight arm. Inhale, spiral the spine, twisting, place the left hand on the mat, heel of the hand near the sacrum. As you exhale, look back over your left shoulder and breathe. Feel that barber pole through the spine, the neck, and the crown. inhale, your left arm comes up. Exhale as you release your spine and let your foot go back down. Let's do a reverse plank to relax the back. Feet together, legs straight, palms to the mat. Get your hands under your pillow or under your blanket so you can feel your mat and you have a sturdy surface underneath you. Point your toes nice and long. Get your belly button ready. Pull it in toward your spine. Fingers point toward the heels. And as your belly button pulls in, inhale, bring your shoulders right over the wrists as you lift your hips up, strengthening and lengthening through your neck. Look up toward the sky. Keep breathing. And then exhale. Release your hips down. And then bend your knees and drawing your feet up slightly. You can allow your spine to relax with your chest down your thighs and drop your head. Big deep breaths like a wave through the spine. Inhale, coming out of that. Our last forward bend will be Paschimottanasana, the double leg forward bend on the floor. So with this one, you're definitely going to want to sit on the blanket or two blankets. It's a little bit more challenging to get into both hamstrings at once. So you may feel more comfortable if you bend your knees a little bit to start. You still want to flex the feet. This still can be done with the strap or your hands. And if you're really open in the hamstrings, you probably just want to go ahead and straighten your legs. Another option for people who have a deeper flexibility through the back of the legs is to place a block behind the feet and to reach your hands around that block to deepen your stretch as you fold your chest to your thighs. I'll demonstrate it today with bent knees and strap. So I'm going to have my knees bent, feet flexed, strap around the balls of the feet. Activate your abs, belly button to spine. Lengthen your spine here. Inhale. And I'll wind my hands up into the strap here for leverage. And then exhale as you gently pull your heart toward the feet, hinging at your hips. So my back is still long and flat. I'm not pulling myself into a rounded position like this. This would put a lot of strain on the back. Belly button to spine, heart to toes, crown to sky. Let's breathe. You're welcome to stay here in this position. To deepen the asana, lengthen both legs. Keep activating the thighs and pulling the balls of the feet toward you. It's that same thing if you want to rock side to side, let the spine snake. Helps to release the sacrum. Getting a little more into the hips so that you can hinge forward. Lengthen on the inhale and feel the release of the tight muscles on the exhale. Just like the sun melting an ice cube. On the next inhale, we'll release. So go ahead and release the feet or strap. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, the arms down. Let's do one more reverse plank. Remember, palms to mat under the blanket or prop. Fingers point toward the heels. Point the toes. And then inhale the hips up with your wrists right under the shoulders so you feel completely stable as you support your head and lengthen your neck. Exhale your hips down. Bend your knees, opening them apart. And round your arms over the legs as you drop your head. Chest against the thighs and breathe. Inhale, unwind your spine. Go ahead and lay down on your mat. You'll want to move your props out of the way. We'll finish with a back release and then we'll lay in Shavasana for about 2 minutes. So laying down on the spine, bring your spine to the mat and just rock at first over your hips. Should feel like a nice massage over the glutes. You can even, keeping the knees together, place the hands on the knees and massage your sacrum by doing circles around it. Go nice and slow, stopping where you feel a good place to breathe and let go. Now draw your knees in toward your chest, belly button down toward the mat. Inhale, and then exhale. Bring your head up toward your knees. Inhale your head down. Exhale your legs long. And let's lay in Shavasana. Feet are apart, toes drop out to the sides, palms face the sky with your arms down on an angle. Let your tongue drop to the back of your throat. And you can just feel your belly moving up and down with each breath. Listen to your breath. Listen to the sounds around you. Feel that relief of not following the thoughts one after another after another. You're just taking time to listen. When you're ready, roll onto one side. And work your way up to your seated asana with the hands at the heart in prayer position. And take a nice soft breath into the heart center. The joy of yoga can be felt throughout a life. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. See you next time.